Michael is a soft-spoken 28-year-old with a fiancé, 16-month-old stepson, and a full-time job in Kingston. He's focusing on succeeding in his work and on reconnecting with family. He lost touch with his sister when they were children and reconnected with her recently, flying her to Kingston to spend time together. Michael is 9 or 10 months into the first legal job of his life. He's proud of his success in the position and of the change it represents in his life. He works for a company that builds fences, decks, and patios, a job he landed with the help of the John Howard Society of Kingston's Restart employment program. Michael was incarcerated from age 18 to around age 26. He just turned 28 at the end of April and has been out for about 2 years. He started getting in trouble very young, when he was 13 or 14. He always spent time with older people, started going to parties, then using drugs, then selling drugs, and ultimately robbing drug dealers. As he grew up, this was the only way he knew to support himself. His youth records were sealed, but he had convictions at age 18, so he started off adulthood with a criminal record. Still, when Michael was 18, he decided he wanted to make a change and get a regular job and turn his life around. He spent a year trying to find legitimate work. His resume was thin, but he submitted it to somewhere between 20 and 40 employers. He spoke to employers directly, some of whom seemed interested until the topic of his criminal record came up. Then the opportunities would vanish. It was extremely discouraging.
Because of that, I kind of went back into my old ways for a lot of years. On one hand, it was like, yes, I'm able to pay bills, I'm able to support myself. But on the other hand, this isn't what I really wanted to do. And once that cycle was going through its process, I was getting arrested, getting new charges, and just basically getting worse and worse over the next few years. And I did almost 6 years straight.
Later, after his incarceration, he moved to the Kingston area, lived in a halfway house, and made another effort to get legitimate work.
It was another fail. If it wasn't for Restart, I wouldn't have my very first job ever. And if it wasn't for the employer willing to take me on, who knows?
Michael is clearly proud of his success in his current position and sees a future with his company. He says he's already had discussions with his employer about taking on more responsibility and possibly getting a raise. He said being able to find work has given him a legal way to support himself, a greater sense of optimism about his future, and a sense of belonging in society that he's never had before.